Character. Scholarship. Leadership. Service.
Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Welcome to the National Honor Society induction of Central High School's Beta Phi class. Induction of new members into the National Honor Society is an important event for students, the chapter, and the school. The public ceremony provides an excellent opportunity to dramatize the purposes of the chapter. Because membership in the National Honor Society represents high levels of achievement, the induction ceremony reflects these high standards. Hopewell Valley Central High School, chapter of National Honor Society, was initiated in the fall of 1944 and began with an alpha class of 17 students. It was these young men and women who set the high standards of commitment to character, scholarship, leadership, and service for all future classes. Since that first induction, our chapter has been committed to the noblesse oblige, our responsibility we bear for our fellow peers and community. The membership of the Hopewell Valley Central High School chapter of National Honor Society has been earned by the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities held in high esteem by the Society. 4 of our members will review these qualities for the candidates.
Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each person their individuality. Without character, no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force of character which guides us through life, and, once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, by demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship. We may hope to prove by example that we value character. Candidates should always strive to exhibit strong character.
Scholarship.
Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist within a country, they are ineffective without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a substantive charge to each of our members.
Service.
Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of a day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or without recognition, is the quality we seek in each of our members.
Will the Beta Phi class please rise and repeat after me the oath of membership? I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been elected, and will maintain and encourage high standards of character, scholarship, leadership, and service.
We now ask the class of Beta Phi to officially sign the oath of membership. First row can remain standing and the other inductees can sit down. Jessica Abrams.
Aisha Afridi.
Anahis Agababian.
Sarah Ali.
Eric An.
Mihai Andre.
Katina Angelakis.
Jordan Antebi.
Krista Balto.
Nicholas Bates.
Jessica Bezick.
Stephen Bozar.
Luke Brown.
Robert Brose.
Jack Berger.
Mia Mummert.
James Kane.
Robert Carrier.
Owen Clark.
Katie Cleveland.
Christina Clune Persicchetti.
Jonah Clydesdale.
Amanda Demers.
Shalaka Fadness.
Michael Fader.
Kelly Fisher.
Bethany Frederick.
Mark Gerstacker.
Adriana Gill.
Ian Goldsmith.
Catherine Greener.
Mary Beth Griffin.
Brian Grimley.
Eleanor Gross.
Elizabeth Haggerty.
Sydney Hamilton.
Sunwon Han.
Mariam Hassan.
Julia Heinzel.
Morgan Heiser.
Kelly Holterman.
Patrick Howell.
Astrid Hunter.
Malik Jaljouli.
Hope Jantorno.
Prachi Joshi.
Ariane Hussein.
Kevin Wan.
Rebecca Kalmeyer.
Shannon Kendall.
Benjamin Katz.
Deborah Keene.
Aaron Kelly.
Catherine Kent.
Elizabeth King.
Emily Klein.
Preston Konopka.
Brennan Kuczynski.
Rebecca Laser.
Isabella Leon.
Sienna Levy.
Mandy Lewis.
Drew Lorenz.
Jeff Lorenz.
Carly Lorenz.
Francesca Laverde.
Barbara McWiggin.
Alexis Maida.
Alexis Malone.
Eli May.
Sarah McCabe.
Dylan McKilla.
Luke Momo.
Devin Montemarano.
Catherine Nadar.
Elizabeth Nielsen.
Kira Olander.
Eric Olaya.
Lillian Olson.
Alina Osborne.
Roanna Parker.
Suzanne Pashley.
Morgan Peterson.
Emmanuel Paris.
Andrea Fath.
Celine Raymer.
Jillian Rice.
Kelsey Rowe.
Lindsay Sanford.
Ryan Schrader.
Benjamin Schrager.
Jacqueline Silva.
Michael Slaza.
Kenny Smart.
Zoe Stork.
Connor Swaim.
Alexis Turzin.
Aubrey Tolan.
Maura Tuffy.
Swetha Tamala.
Benjamin Vafis.
Astrid Vermeulen.
Emma Waltman.
Caitlin Weinstein.
Brent Wells.
Eric Wendt.
Aisha Zamir. Can we have a round of applause for our new inductees?
I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Lawrence R. Fieber. Mr. Larry Fieber is widely recognized as a highly accomplished New Jersey educator and educational leader who embraces change and challenge. He began his career as a social studies teacher and assistant principal at West Windsor Plainsboro High School in Princeton Junction, New Jersey. After serving at Westminster Plainsboro High School for more than 2 decades, Mr. Fieber served for 10 years as principal of Parkway Elementary School, an urban rim school in Ewing Township. Mr. Fieber was featured as Envisioner Exemplar in the book 10 Traits of Highly Effective Principals by E.K. McEwen. He was the 2001 National Distinguished Elementary Principal of the Year and the 2001 New Jersey Principal of the Year. He has received leadership awards from Jersey School Boards Association, the New Jersey BTA, and the New Jersey Principals and Supervisors. Mr. Fieber currently serves as the Executive Director of the Center for Future Educators at the College of New Jersey, working to inspire, encourage, and recruit high school and middle school students who aspire to become teachers. He developed and launched the state's first Urban Teacher Academy and introduced to New Jersey the Tomorrow's Teachers training program. Mr. Fieber also founded and is currently State Director of the New Jersey Future Educators Association. Mr. Fieber holds a certificate from the Principal Center at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, a master's in educational administration from State University of New York, Albany, and a bachelor's degree from Alfred University. Mr. Fieber resides in Solebury, Pennsylvania, and is the past president of the New Hope Solebury School Board. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Fieber.
Thank you, Christian. He's one of the calmest speakers I think I've ever run into. He's just terrific. Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to the newest members of the Hopewell Valley High School Honor Society. I feel incredibly honored to celebrate this wonderful occasion with you. Selection to the Honor Society is one of the most prestigious distinctions that a high school student can achieve. You have worked incredibly hard to reach this point, and tonight is your opportunity to feel pride in yourself and reflect on your accomplishments. While tonight's honor is for you to enjoy, it is not yours alone. There are people along your life's journey who have loved, nurtured, and encouraged you. And without your families, teachers, and friends, it is likely that most, if not all of you, would be National Honor Society inductees. So for those family members, teachers, and guests in tonight's audience, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. And for those who were unable to attend this evening, I am confident that tonight's inductees will reach out and express their appreciation. I have spent the entirety of my professional career as a New Jersey teacher and administrator. One of the cornerstones of effective teaching is building relationships and learning about your students. Prior to coming here this evening, I asked your advisor, Mrs. Cavanaugh, to tell me a little bit about you. And from everything that I have learned, you are one incredibly impressive group. I have learned that several of you identified your parents or older siblings as the people in your lives whom you most admire. And when asked what professions you one day plan to pursue, medicine, neuroscience, business, law, journalism were prominently mentioned. And very much to my delight, several of you said that you one day aspire to become teachers. But whatever your chosen professions, I know that you will work hard and prepare and commit yourselves with passion, dedication, and unwavering commitment to excellence to doing your very best. This evening, I've been asked to speak about the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society: character, service, leadership, and scholarship. Each of us was born into this world lacking the ability by ourselves to navigate life successfully. We have depended on the help of other people, beginning with our parents, to help form within us the character we needed to make wise decisions. Our character defines much of who we are, how we think, why we act, and what we say or do. Character is shown by what we do when we think that others aren't looking. Our character determines what we say yes to, and it also determines what we say no to. It determines how we identify where we are going, and whether we have any sense of direction, purpose, and destiny. Our character helps us stand up for doing what is right, even if public opinion and others are against it. Abigail Van Buren once said that the best index to a person's character is how we treat people who can't do us any good, and how we treat people who can't fight back. And it was Anne Frank who once wrote that parents can give good advice to their children to follow, but the final forming of one's character ultimately lies within each of our own hands. My friends, none of us is perfect, and there will be times in life when our character will falter, and we will make mistakes. But we've all seen, heard, or read about far-reaching, painful, and often costly consequences when a breakdown of one's character occurs. Our elected public officials who take bribes and kickbacks leave us jaded, cynical, and double-crossed. And while we live in a society that reveres its professional athletes, we are shaken to the core when we learn that they have won competitions by taking enhancement drugs and then lying about it. It really doesn't matter how well educated you are, how many people were following you, or how many your attempts at service might have been. It all comes to a screeching halt without character. My grandfather once gave me advice when I was a high school junior that has resonated with me until this day. He said, you can buy many things in your life, but you can never buy your character or your reputation. That must be earned. Character is the trait that is the core of the other three pillars of the National Honor Society. It is unquestionably related to service. There are basically two kinds of individuals who seek to serve. There are those who primarily seek to serve themselves, and there are those who primarily seek to serve others. To some extent, we are all a mixture of these impulses. But there is a big difference between someone who is actively seeking to serve others 90% of the time and someone who's actively seeking to serve him or herself 90% of the time. Service as a concept can be confusing. First, true service must be separated from a graduation requirement. Service is not the collection of money in homeroom for a fundraiser. That's a service project. Service is not a social event or a field trip with your friends that you attend because it will be fun. And contrary to popular belief, service is not something that you do because it will look good on a college application. Service, my friends, instead is a sincere gift to yourself and to others. Paul McCartney said, "You get what you give." True service happens all the time and anywhere and has no visible or tangible benefit to yourself. Service to others lies at the foundation of positive change. It makes life worthwhile. When we serve others, extraordinary things begin to happen. Your selection to tonight's Honor Society is because you have all experienced the rewards and satisfactions of serving others. Continue your commitment to service, and you will experience the kinds of trajectory to your life that will make all the difference to you and to those around you. Confucius once said, "To put the world in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. And to put the family in order, we must first cultivate our own personal lives. We must first set our hearts right, and it all starts with a servant heart." There is a definite connection between service and leadership, the third pillar of the National Honor Society. Leadership is not about being elected or appointed to an office. It is not about a position that you may one day hold in a corporation or institution. It is instead an attitude that you will develop over time. When I think of the great world leaders, or even the local and even great local and school leaders, they all have a few things in common. They have a vision and are very skilled at communicating that vision to other people. They build trust easily with others because they are very skilled at communicating that vision to other people. They build trust easily with others because they are clear about what they stand for and what they won't stand for. They are willing to take risks to make things better, and they appreciate the investments of time and energy among the people with whom they work. Leadership is about inspiration to oneself and to others. Leadership is an activity. Leadership is an activity that comes from the heart and considers the hearts of others. President Kennedy once said that leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. Good leaders develop over time and a never-ending process of self-study, education, training, and experience. Out of a desire to lead comes an awareness and a desire to engage in study to be as effective as possible. Scholarship, the Honor Society's fourth pillar, must have a purpose, the purpose being to make you a better leader and to execute change for the better. You should seek not only to be taught, but also to learn as much as you can. A wise man once told me, that all you will ever learn is in the palm of your hand, and all that there is to know is the rest of the universe. If you become cocky or complacent by thinking that you know it all, then your learning has ceased. You should attempt things that you cannot do so that you will learn how to do them. You should never stop listening, learning, and questioning. I want to make one important point tonight about scholarship, character, leadership, and service. If you start thinking too highly of yourselves, you will lose ground in these areas. You have all achieved, but you all must come to grips with the fact that you've all received. To whom much is given, much is also expected. You must never think too highly of yourselves if you want to grow in scholarship, because you will stop asking questions and just start giving answers. You must never think too highly of yourselves if you want to grow in leadership, because it is hard to follow someone who is pushing and shoving. You must never think too highly of yourselves if you want to grow in character, because we will dismiss our weaknesses and never admit our faults. You must not think too highly of yourselves if you want to grow in service, because you will start expecting people to serve you instead of you serving them. So continue to pursue scholarship, character, service, and leadership throughout your lives. Give back to your communities, leave your mark on history by creating it, be bold, and blaze a trail. Embrace your futures with great optimism and boldness, but also enjoy the gifts and pleasures of each day. I leave you now with one of my favorite quotes about life from none other than Winnie the Pooh. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift, and that's why we call it a present. May continued happiness and success be yours.
Thank you, Mr. Fieber.
In the words of Dr. Seuss, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who will decide where to go. The world needs dreamers and doers, but more importantly, the world needs dreamers who do. One of the reasons you are all being inducted into the National Honor Society tonight is because of your leadership skills. And perhaps the greatest way to show leadership is never to give up on your goals. As a member of the National Honor Society, your purpose is to be a role model for the student body of Hopewell Valley Central High School. It is your job to illustrate what it means to work towards achieving your highest possible goal. Life is full of these hurdles, and the hurdles would not exist if there were not ways to surmount them. Although you cannot redo the past and make a brand new start, you can start from now and make a brand new ending. When trying to figure out the best path to take to achieve your goal, work at the roots instead of just chopping at the leaves. In other words, put your future in your own. Just remember what is important to you and be sure to keep fighting for it until it is achieved. Excellence is not a skill, but rather an attitude, and success comes in cans, not can'ts.
In the words of Albert Schweitzer, I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I do know. The only ones among you who will really be happy are those who have sought and found how to serve. All of you have admirably served your school and your community with much of your time and many of your talents. We have National Honor Society members who volunteer with hospitals, nursing homes, schools, parks, churches, synagogues, pet rescue organizations, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. You participate in events that benefit a wide variety of people in need. You make our community and the world at large a better place because of your willingness to spend time to lend a helping hand to others. Please continue to make a difference in the lives of others in the form of community service. I encourage you to make a sincere commitment throughout your lifetime to generously give of your time and talents to other people. My hope is that your community service experiences as a member of the National Honor Society will inspire you to always make service to others an integral part of your life.
The Hopewell Valley chapter of the National Honor Society invites all of you to join in a reception to honor the Beta Phi class. The reception will take place in the foyer.
Beta Phi, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, please join us in applauding again the induction of Beta Phi into the National Honor Society.